When a man tried to charge his tablet at the airport, a sudden short circuit occurred. Instead of throwing away the faulty power bank, he put it back inside his suitcase and headed for check-in. During the security check, an employee directly asked him if there was a power bank in his luggage. The man lied. At the same time, the X-ray operator was distracted, so the suitcase passed through without any problems and was loaded into the aircraft's cargo hold. Boarding began, and shortly afterward, the plane took off normally. To the passengers, it seemed like an ordinary flight. But no one had any idea that a major disaster had already begun below them in the cargo hold. The faulty power bank started overheating. A spark from it ignited the clothes inside the suitcase, and the fire began spreading rapidly. Suddenly, a cargo fire alarm went off in the cockpit. The pilots immediately began emergency procedures and activated the fire suppression system. They declared an emergency and requested an immediate landing. But air traffic control delivered terrifying news. The nearest airport was more than 400 nautical miles away. Time was running out. The captain decided to try to put out the fire himself. Some crew members entered the cargo hold, but by then, the situation had already become extremely dangerous. Because of the intense heat, the locks holding a heavy cargo container in place broke. The massive metal container came loose and slammed directly into oxygen cylinders. A huge explosion rocked the aircraft. Metal fragments tore through the aircraft's body, causing a sudden loss of cabin pressure. Panic spread throughout the plane. The pilots somehow managed to keep the aircraft under control for a while. But inside the cargo hold, the heavy container continued crashing from one side to the other. Then came one impact that changed everything. The container smashed through the aircraft's internal structure and struck the left engine directly. Just seconds later, the engine exploded. Unable to withstand the enormous stress on the aircraft, the right engine also shut down. The aircraft lost all its power, and several critical systems lost electricity. At the last moment, the pilots activated the ram air turbine, or RAT. It restored power to the aircraft's essential systems. They then attempted to restart both engines while still in the air, but the aircraft had slowed down too much. The engines would not restart. Now, there was no hope of reaching an airport. The captain finally made the decision to perform an emergency landing in the middle of the ocean.